Hey guys, this is Cameron with Emerson House Buyers. Every week I look at questions, comments, conversations I've had at local RIAs, and share some knowledge with you guys that I think would add value. So this week it seems like I've had several instances where people have been talking about not having the money to put down in real estate, or well, I need to get some more cash, or I need some of this, or I need more. I need $20,000 to invest, or 15,000 bucks. I'm not there yet. Well, there's a couple things. One, it's just not true. There's several other videos. You guys, I'm sure you guys could just search the internet. There's several books written on it. There are so many strategies out there for low and no money down real estate. They can be a little more dangerous. They're a little more advanced, but it's absolutely possible to buy property with no money out of your pocket. I actually bought a property in July, and I'm going to end up walking away with $15,000 in my pocket and have zero money, out. No money of my own in the deal, and I'm going to walk away with the rental property and an extra $15,000 in my pocket. So that's actually going to be like 13 something, but yeah, it's absolutely possible. So if you're still of the mindset though that you need this certain amount of money to invest in real estate, which I highly advise against, but if you are, I took a few minutes here and wrote down a dozen or so ways, I think about 20 ways to get extra money in real estate. I'm just going to read them off to you. So pick up a second job or odd jobs. Tutor, teach, bartend, serve, whatever. Those odd jobs can pick up $100 a week, a couple $100 a week, adds up to your a couple $1,000 that you might need to invest. Ask a family member or friend for a loan. Don't be afraid to ask people for a loan, especially if you're going to get in this business. You're going to need to ask people for things, whether that's help understanding a certain deal, whether that's asking a seller to agree to your options and want to do a deal with you. You're going to have to ask some difficult questions. Little tip, trick: if you're having difficulty asking people for something, just go into next time you're in Starbucks, ask for a 10% discount. Just ask them. It'll start building that muscle to asking people about things that are typically taboo. You can also do a 401k loan. So if you have a 401k, you can borrow against that at a really low interest rate. I think it's 4.25%. Over 5 years or so. Everybody's a little different, but sub 5% loans against your 401k. Unsecured loans and secured loans from banks or institutions. Let's say you have an unsecured loan. Let's just say you have a really good job, good W-2 income, steady job. They'll typically give you an unsecured line. Now the interest rate's going to be high, and you might not get that much. But hey, if it's $5,000 or $10,000 and you can get it paid back relatively quickly, that's a way to do it. So a secured loan, let's say you have a huge IRA or a 401k or some sort of cash annuity, anything, a car, anything that has a value to it, they can take that and give you a loan against it of a certain percentage. So that's another way. Ask a boss for a raise. Again, there we go with asking for things. Say, hey boss, I need a raise. So Sally next door got a raise. Next cube over got a raise. I want a raise. Take the raise, invest in real estate. At the same token, ask the boss for a bonus. Hey, I've done a pretty good job. Don't you agree? Do you think I've done a good job? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've done all right. Well, what about a raise? What about a bonus? Something. Maybe you can ask for a bonus and meet halfway at a raise. Just something. Ask. You don't know. There's been so many studies done out there. You can read all this. Google online. Go online and Google raises and bonuses, why people don't get them. Asking is the biggest thing, so ask. If you do get a typical bonus or a raise, an annual bonus raise, use that to invest in real estate. If you have an IRA, you can convert that to a self-directed IRA or take it out one time every year for, I believe it's 30 to 60 days. Don't quote me on that. You can take that out once per year and use it to buy in a property and then get the money, refinance and put it back in. So IRAs, that's Roth, traditional, whatever. Sell something, blood, plasma, semen, whatever you need to do to get the cash. You can also Airbnb, VRBO, if you have a house. Uber, drive for Uber. Turo, Turo, you can, pretty much turn your car into a rental, let people come in and take it for 25 or 35, whatever, bucks a day, and that can add a few $100 a month into your pocket. Have a garage sale, get rid of some stuff. Amazon, eBay, sell things online. HELOC. So this might not apply to some of you, and it will to others. So if you actually have equity in your house, say your house is worth 200,000 and you owe 100, you have 100,000 in equity. You can actually go out to a bank. I recommend local credit unions because they're nonprofit organizations, so they're not like Chase and Wells Fargo who are going to gouge you, and ask them for a line of credit. So home equity line of credit. Get that. Maybe you get 50,000. You can go out and buy a property with 50,000. Credit cards. You can do cash advances on credit cards. This would not be the first option, but hey, 18% interest, 27% interest maybe. But if you get the deal and you can get the money back and the numbers make sense, and it gets you your first deal, might be something to look into. Take a loan against your car. You see all those cash for car or cash for title or whatever all over the place, typically in bad neighborhoods, but it's where I see them here anyways. Look for those. Try to get those. Acorns. So this is something I mentioned before. It's interesting. It'll actually round up your spare change. So let's say you go out and buy Starbucks coffee for $1.50. I shouldn't. That's not even close. That'd be a McDonald's cup of coffee. For $1.50, that will take that 50 cents. Acorns will take that 50 cents and invest it for you. So it'll actually invest it into low-cost index funds and ETFs, which is absolutely the way to go. And in a month you might invest 50, 60 bucks and not even realize it. So that's a good thing, good way to actually start building up some small amount of money. Refinance high interest debt. So if you have a car loan that you got when you first got out of college and it's 5, 6, 7%, you can refinance now. We're at historical low interest rates. Refinance at maybe 0, 1, 2%. You never know what it's going to be. Credit card loans, home loans, personal loans, any loans that you have, try to refinance those down, especially credit cards you have. Look for lower rate credit cards. Anything you can do to get that down to a more, I'd say, sub 5%. Credit cards, you're going to have tough time getting it below 15, but just try to get everything down. We're at historical low interest rates. Do not settle for paying high interest when you don't need to, especially home. Home's a big one. That could save you a lot of money. Home, auto, like I said, personal loans or credit cards. So make a sacrifice. So there's something else you can do. Give up the Starbucks once a day for a few months to save up the several $100 to, if you need that, to buy real estate, or save it up for a year. I mean, that might give you a couple $1,000. You never know. Crowdfund. So this is an interesting one I was thinking of. So you can actually go on Kickstarter. I think GoFundMe. There's a handful of other ones. Go out there and try to get a funding campaign to start your real estate business. You never know. Maybe somebody will give you a couple $1,000. If you write a compelling enough story, probably might be able to get it. Extreme couponing. Never done this, but you watch all the shows, save several $1,000s, get some money back, buy all sorts of stuff. That'd be a way to save. Downsize or sell the house, or I guess sell the house. So if you're living and paying $1,500 a month in rent, and you're in downtown and you're right next to all the extracurricular activities, maybe you might want to move outside in the burbs, get a little bit cheaper rents, pocket that difference, buy some real estate, and then you can move back in. We're using the rental or the money you get from real estate to move back in town. I sold my house, and that allowed me to cut some expenses. So or move in with somebody, rent a room off of somebody, whatever you can do to cut some expenses. The other and last way, and a very common strategy used by new investors, is partnering. So if you have a deal and you don't think you have money, go partner with somebody. Hey, mom, dad, hey, let's do this deal. Hey, good friend. Hey, other investor. I know other investors would die to have somebody bring them up a good deal. They don't have to, they don't have to put in any of the legwork. You've already done the legwork, and then you guys split the proceeds or figure out however you're going to work the profits. But partner. And then I'll give you a bonus. So that was 20 ways plus some subcategories in there. The bonus: use the low and no money down strategies I speak about in the other videos. There's a couple on here. Look into those. There's ways subject to. There's there's just so many ways. Subject to is the best. Owner financing is another great way to get low and no money down strategy. Lease options, buying a property at a discount and using private money is another strategy. So look into these. You can also, I do recommend the book No and Low Money Down, Investing in Real Estate with No and Low Money Down by Brandon Turner. You can find that in Bigger Pockets. It's a god-awful title and he knows it, but I'm not affiliated with that. I'm getting nothing for that, but I'm telling you guys, it had a huge impact. It really reiterated a lot of things and clarified a lot of low and no money down strategies. It's just very easy to read. I think it's 100 and some pages. It's simple. It makes a lot of sense. So, in summary, the money is there if you want it. If you really want to make the sacrifice or change a little bit of the lifestyle, you can find the money. Again, you don't need it to buy a good deal. So if you are of the mindset you need the money, I just gave you 20 plus ways to get a deal or to find more money. If you can kind of open up to the investor way of thinking and the low and no money down strategies, you don't need it. You can get started right away. So guys, if you like this, if you thought it was valuable, share the video with a friend or family member you think would add value to them. Hope this helped really. And ask me any other questions, anything you want. Maybe I need to go in a little more detail on some of this. Maybe you guys are really interested in low money, no money down strategies. Just let me know. I'll be more than glad to help you. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next week.